Continuing our walk to celebrate Village Halls Week, which runs from the 24th to the 30th of January this year, we've arrived at Godmersham Village Hall, beautiful village hall that sits between Ashford and Canterbury, just off of the North Downs. And we're going to talk briefly to Keith about what village halls have meant throughout his career, which amounts to, I believe, about a quarter of a century of experience, doesn't it, Keith?
Somehow it does, yes. Village halls have been vital in my work in the last almost 25 years. So in Gloucestershire, I was a community worker, networked village hall trustees so they could learn from each other. In Somerset, I ran a grants programme where we took the grants panel to a different village hall each quarter, which meant we could promote our grants programmes in those communities. And in Kent, I'm the chief executive of charity, so I've got a colleague, Angela, who's our village halls advisor, and her work is around ensuring good governance of halls. They can raise money, run themselves appropriately. And we've just got news today that the National Lottery is about to put some money into that service for the next 3 years, which is really quite exciting for us.
Brilliant. So how vital, you say vital, how vital are village halls? What do they mean to rural communities?
Well, we're social animals, so we need places we can come together. And in rural communities, that's made more the case because those communities are far away from services or profit-making enterprises. And so you need a space where people can come together and have public services, whether that's to do with the health services, to do with sport, it's to do with education, training, but also places where people can come together and make decisions about the future of their community. How is they going to be able to make that community thrive in the future? And so village halls are that independent space. They're not a religious place, they're not a place that's about running a business or whatever. They are about people coming together to make a positive change in their community where that change is needed.
Yeah, and I believe every year Village Halls Week runs on a theme. What's this year's theme?
So this year's theme has been doing something different, and so that's about innovation in your community. It doesn't matter if every other village in England has done something you've not done it, you can bring it there. And so that could be about greening your roof, it could be about turning the land in the hall into a community garden, it could be about installing photovoltaics, or it could be about changing your kitchen, it could be about bringing live arts to your community with a body like Applause, whose works are what you might get in a festival in Edinburgh or something like that. So it's about thinking about what you might want to do in your hall, and about showcasing things that are new and different, which trigger the imagination.
Fantastic. And of course, the village halls are mainly run by all run by volunteers, and some of those things you've just mentioned are going to require funding to get off the ground. Is that something we can help with?
It is something we can help with. All 10,000 halls across England and the 400 plus in Kent are run by volunteers, and one of the greatest things they do is bring money in on a day-to-day basis. So it might be through fairs and quiz nights and so forth, but also writing funding bids. And there isn't a single large funding bid across the country for these 10,000 halls. So they have often to go to a number of sources to bring money in. So the lottery is obviously one option. Some county councils run programmes. There used to be EU funds, which haven't been replaced by the government yet. And we're hoping that the UK Shared Prosperity Fund will enable some of that to go there. There's a loans fund which DEFRA have run through ACRE, our national association. So we can help guide hall committees to where the funding is, but we can also support them in the writing of their bid, making sure they're fit for purpose to bid for those funds, they're eligible, and help them on their way to keeping their buildings in a position that their communities can use them and remain vibrant.
Fantastic. Thanks for that interview, and we're going now to carry on the walk. We've got an option of Wye that way or Chilham that way. See you soon.